I don't know how they're going to get out of that one. Jeez. Going beyond the wall to try to get proof. And I understand what the Maesters are doing because they have to naturally be skeptics. They can't just go on believing eyewitness accounts or believing everything, and they need definitive proof. But as audience members, we know that those things exist. We know, but, you know, I totally understand where the Maesters are coming from. At least the Archmaesters, well, told Sam he was going to give Sam a chance, but, you know, Sam is rightfully not patient. And oh my God, so Gilly mentioned about Jon Snow's father, Raeghar, and that his marriage was annulled and he got married in secret. So therefore, Jon Snow is not a bastard. He's the rightful prince. He's the rightful son of Raeghar and Ned's sister Lyanna. So that was a cool reveal, and it was just so low key because I think if you didn't know the characters that well, you would have missed it. You would have just thought that Gilly was just reading some random thing to Sam. So I like how they put that in there. And finally we get to see Gendry. For years people are saying, well, where's Gendry been? And it does seem like he was rowing, and it was cool that Davos made that joke about I thought you were still rowing. That's total fan service, but it was still a good joke. And to see him, well, for the actor who plays Gendry, it's the same actor, but he totally looks like Christian Bale. So for a second I'm like, but the first time I saw him, it's like, wow, he looks like Christian Bale. Oh, my God. And I think the most intriguing part for me for Game of Thrones is Robert's rebellion. And I don't know if HBO is going to do it because I heard that the prequels that they want to do, it's not going to be with any characters that we know. So I'm hoping it's the Dunk and Egg stories because those are great. It's from a bunch of short stories that's now in one book called The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But it's Robert's rebellion fascinates me because the Robert Baratheon character fascinates me because you see him, how he was introduced, and he's just fat and he's drunk and he doesn't want to be a king, but you heard these stories about how great a warrior he was and just how, you know, dashing and just triumphant he always was. He was probably like the George Washington, I guess, of Westeros. But just like a guy who has great charisma, but he's also just a fierce warrior. But I mean, Washington at least knew how to be a politician, and Robert Baratheon wanted nothing to do with it. So the fact that they're showing Gendry and he's more of a grown-up character now, it's the closest we'll probably get to what a young Robert will look like, because I don't think HBO is going to do Robert's Rebellion, unfortunately, or at least not right now. And I always wanted to know how a warhammer can be used in battle, because that was what Robert used, and so it was cool to at least see Gendry wield that upon the Lannister guards, who just terrible luck for them. They just wouldn't let it go. So yeah, at the end, the band that's going out, it's 7 of them. So I wonder if that's a nod to the Magnificent Seven. I mean, I hope it is. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't know how they're gonna bring back. I mean, obviously they will, but I don't know how they're gonna do it. And to see the reuniting. There's a lot of reunions this season, but to see Ser Jorah and the Khaleesi, Daenyrs, reunited again, that was actually very touching. You can tell she has, even though, you know, they've been through a lot, and you know, just I can understand why she wouldn't trust him, but she does, and she loves him. Not in the way that Jorah wants her to love him, I think, but you can tell that she cares about him so much. He was there from the beginning with her. He advised her, and he saw her come into her own. And speaking of coming into her own, oh my God, what he did to the Tarlys. I guess Sam, even though he took the black, he's probably the rightful heir to his house. I guess I don't know what the laws are in Westeros, but he's the only male heir there now. So the fact that Daenerys is getting a little dictatorial, and for someone like Varys and Tyrion, at least they're aware of something like that. Varys is such an interesting character because you can't trust him. He is like a snake and a weasel, but he has principles, and he has ways, and he has an idea of how a ruler should be, just based on what his life is. So I think as a citizen, I would want him on my side, but if I was a ruler, I don't know if I necessarily would. So once again, just a great episode. This season's just been killing it. We've been frying it up like the dragons. And I've been thinking ever since I started watching the show and reading the books who I would like to be if I had a choice of what character to be. And I think I'd be most comfortable with being Bronn, because Bronn doesn't have allegiance to any house. And when you have allegiance to a house, it's almost like a blind loyalty, so you'll have to fight and you'll have to die, even though you may not want to fight and die. At least what Bronn's doing as a sellsword, and he's a damn good one, he's setting his own rules. So if he doesn't like what's going on, he will leave. But at the same time, he's also showing loyalty. He would be a good guy to have, provided, he doesn't leave you as soon as things get really hot. Pardon the pun. So yeah, really good stuff. Awesome. And that's it. I'm going to wash some dishes because I'm not working tomorrow. Just got back from work, and now it's time to try and find the time to do some errands. So anyway, enough of my complaining. You can find me on Twitter at Mike Lane Act. That's MikeLaneAct. I'm at Facebook at Mike Lane Actor. You can email me at MikeLaneAct@yahoo.com. Comment on iTunes. I'm on Podbean. I'm on Stitcher. You can find that if you go to Podbean. I forgot the address, but on Twitter, you can find the links. So anyway, all right, great. Thanks for listening, everyone. And until the next podcast, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.